Great to have you back here with us for another episode. You can support my channel by hitting that subscribe button, liking, and sharing some comments with me down below. Today I want to share with you a couple of my favorite stories from the time I spent living and coaching in Finland, back about 11, 12 years ago. And one of these stories basically sums up my first experience in a Finnish sauna. There are 5.5 million people in Finland and approximately 3.3 million saunas. Basically, there are saunas everywhere in Finland. I'm talking businesses, hotels, offices, and it's the only Finnish word to actually make it into everyday English language. In Finland, they say sauna, and the Finns refer to the sauna as a poor man's pharmacy. It is estimated that more than 95% of Finns have sauna at least once a week. I mean, it is as common as eating and drinking in Finland to have sauna. In fact, a Russian president during the Cold War even negotiated with the Russians in his sauna. I first became interested in sauna life after living and coaching in Finland in 2009, 2010 over the course of a couple of summers. And since then, it's really been a regular part of my life and also ultimately led to the Simpleton Sauna life that I now have. But let's get to the first story. So it was February 2009, and it was my first time visiting the country and also meeting the team and the management. So I went to this hotel in Seinäjoki, Finland, and I met up with about 20 players of the team and management. And so after introductions, we had some traditional Finnish food, some traditional Finnish drinks, and we chatted for about 45 minutes. And then my new Finnish friends looked at me and said, "It's time for sauna." In Finnish, this means it's time to get naked, rinse off, find a beverage of your choice if you so wish, and rip off a piece of butt paper. So Finnish butt paper is a thickish paper towel that you sit on instead of sitting on the wooden planks themselves. Before I knew it, about a dozen guys had entered into the sauna, and I'm standing there in the corner of the bathroom holding my soap and towel in one hand and my butt paper in the other hand. I showered off and did the naked death march over to the sauna. Hung up my towel on the rack and grasped my butt paper and entered into the land of the unknown. The hot air pierced my lungs, and for a second I thought about grabbing my butt paper and venturing back out to the safety of the cooler temps, my towel, and my American swim trunks. But instead, I decided to stay and follow the rules. And really, the rules were really quite simple. Sit in the sauna naked, talk very little, and try not to pass out. The second story involves a visit a little bit later that same year. My family was all over in Finland, and we went for our first outing at like a indoor sports facility in Finland, and it had like an indoor swimming pool and hot tubs and saunas, of course. So the ladies, my wife and two daughters, they go off into their locker room, they get dressed. My son and I go into our locker room, we get dressed, we all meet out at the pool. And so we're all, getting into the swimming pool. I jump in, my son's in there, and then the next thing you know, the lifeguard comes running out, like frantically, like one of the kids is drowning or something. Well, fortunately, nobody was actually drowning, but we were caught red-handed by the Finnish swim police. Alright, what I mean by that is they came out and said, look, you can't swim in this pool with your big baggy American swim trunks. And they're telling me this sort of in broken English, and I'm speaking back in sort of broken Finnish. And we were told that we had to either go and change into some different attire, or we would have to leave the pool. So they gave us some swim trunks that we could change into. Turns out they were speedos. So then we were faced with this really, really tough decision: to speedo or not to speedo. That is the question. Ultimately, my son and I, we grabbed the 2 speedos, made our way back to the locker room, and I had to think on it for a while, but we ultimately decided to put the speedos on and venture back out to the pool. We just didn't do any jumping into the pool that day. We just kind of, kept it pretty simple. And that was the first time I'd ever worn a Speedo in my life, and that was the last time I've ever worn a Speedo in my life. So in all honesty, it took a while to get used to hot saunas, lots of naked people, jumping into icy rivers, and wearing swimwear about the size of a Kleenex. But hey, let's face it, Finland is a beautiful country with amazing people and the best damn butt paper in the world. Lights out.